Alright, so today we're diving into something that doesn't just matter for Rockstar, it matters for GTA 6, for the future of these massive open world games, and honestly for understanding why the industry is where it is right now. Because we finally have a much clearer, much more honest picture of why Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser left the company. And it wasn't drama, and it wasn't a feud. According to Houser himself, he simply couldn't do another GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2 size project again. And when you hear the details, it actually makes total sense. In a new interview with BBC Radio 4, Dan Houser opened up in a way we rarely hear from him. He talked about the real reason he stepped away in 2020, and it wasn't pretty. He said, quote, "The scale of the last couple, GTA 5 and RDR 2, were beyond any imagining. This wasn't just big game stress. He's talking about life-consuming, never-ending monster projects that swallow entire years of your life." Houser described them as productions with 450,000 plus lines of dialogue, countless systems, animations, narrative branches, and micromechanics, teams of thousands across multiple studios, and a pressure to reach a level of polish that basically no one else in the industry even attempts. And remember, Houser wasn't just writing or producing. He was overseeing entire creative pipelines from story to tone to mission direction. He said, quote, "I don't know if I had another one of those games in me. That's not a man who quit because of a feud. That's someone who hit a creative wall after spending decades making some of the biggest games ever released." Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Rockstar doesn't make big games. They make the biggest games ever made. GTA 5 alone didn't just launch in 2013 and go away. The game evolved into GTA Online, which basically became its own full-time ecosystem with weekly updates, a decade of monetization, celebrity content, and massive DLC scale drops every year. Then came Red Dead Redemption 2, arguably the most detailed open world of all time. The game was a massive undertaking on every level, from AI scheduling to horse animations to dynamic weather and a script that reads like a full TV series. According to Houser, just Red Dead script alone took 2,200 days to record, and Houser said it flat out. These games consume your entire life for years, non-stop. If you're a creative lead at Rockstar, you're basically living inside a never-ending development marathon. It's not hard to understand why he eventually tapped out. Look at GTA 6 right now. The game has been in production in some form since 2014 to 2015. It's suffered 2 public delays, and it's required the largest dev team in Rockstar history. It's also exceeded budgets, likely pushing between $2.5 billion to $3 billion. And it's taken nearly 13 years since GTA 5's release to finally hit shelves in 2026. This is the exact type of project Houser was referring to. One so vast and so long that they basically take up an entire chunk of your life. Even when he left in 2020, Rockstar was already deep into early GTA 6 development. He saw where this was heading, he knew what the next 6 or 7 years of his life were going to look like. And instead of walking straight into another decade-long production pipeline, he stepped away. Here's the thing that's the most interesting. Houser didn't leave Rockstar to retire. He didn't leave to relax. He left to create more, just differently. He founded Absurd Ventures, his own storytelling studio, with the goal of building books, live action, animation, comics, and yes, a brand new video game universe from scratch. So he's not done creating. He's done creating games the way Rockstar does. Games that take 8 to 10 years and require thousands of people. His upcoming project, A Better Paradise, is the start of something new. It's a universe where he isn't chained to a development cycle that lasts an entire lifespan of a console. He wants to move fast, experiment more, and not be locked into another decade-long blockbuster. I think this is the part that everyone needs to listen to. Dan Houser leaving doesn't mean GTA 6 is doomed, but it does explain why the game has taken so long. Rockstar didn't just lose a writer. They lost their creative anchor, the person who steered almost every major Rockstar release since the early 2000s. And without him, the studio has had to evolve, shuffle leadership, rewrite pipelines, and rebuild creative direction. And I'm sure the transition period absolutely contributed to the long development, the delays, the change in tone and storytelling, and the shift to dual protagonists. Houser leaving wasn't the cause of the delays, but it definitely was a piece of the puzzle. And Rockstar is doing what Rockstar does, building the biggest games ever made. And honestly, both sides win. Houser gets freedom, Rockstar gets to continue pushing gaming to its technical limits. And we, the fans, get GTA 6, a next-gen game built on an engine that's trying to outdo everything before it. But it's important to understand why Houser couldn't stay. These games aren't just big, they're too big for one lifetime. Alright, so with all of that, I want to hear from you. Do you think Dan Houser leaving changed the direction of GTA 6? Also, would you rather Rockstar make smaller, more frequent games or massive decade-long blockbusters like GTA 6? Drop your take in the comments below, I'll be reading through all of them. And while you're at it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos just like this one. Alright, with that all out of the way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.